Acho. Yo, aloha. Oh, you speak Spanish. Nice. Bro, I was looking for my phone with the flashlight of my phone. What the duck? Where was it? I'm sick of the US government. I'm moving to California. Duck the US. 18-year-olds are not mature enough to make decisions about the future of our nation. Raise the voting age. Stay away from people who think you're arguing every time you try to explain yourself. I live in their house. My child got sent to Zoom detention for not paying attention in Zoom 4th grade. Email said here's the link to access the room to serve detention. I swear I'm trying so hard to take this life seriously. Grown men really let a football match ruin their day lol. Grown women let zodiac signs shape their future. I applied for a job as a disability advocate and put in my cover letter that I was deaf. Just got an email asking for a phone interview. My parents are taking the news of my career change well lol. A hand model for bourbon? Are you insane? It's $100,000 a year lol. I would like to apologize for my earlier comments. Alcohol is the only drug where, if you don't do it, people assume you have a problem. Hi, is this Paul? Who is this? This is Erica from the dentist's office. I got your number from your file. Pretty sure this violates SAPO, but shoot your shot I guess. I'm not flirting with you. We have you on video stealing thousands of dollars of x-ray equipment. My best dad joke. I don't have one. Why would you include the dad joke prompt if you don't have a joke? No hun, I don't have a dad. You're hot. I'm also 16. Doesn't matter. You're hot. Then you're creepy. No, I'm not creepy, you're too immature to understand that a 16-year-old is a fully grown girl. Yeah right, I'm immature, yet I'm a fully grown girl. The thing on your forehead is cultural appropriation of South Asian culture, by the way. It's a scab. Man refuses to give up bus seat for pregnant woman. Says pregnancy her choice. It's not my fault she decided to have a baby when she can't afford a car, the man said. I can't believe this needs to be said, but if you're bit by a snake, please don't bring the snake to the ER with you. The moon is actually more useful than the sun, since the moon gives us light at night when it's dark. The sun only gives us light in the day when it's already bright. How many US presidents are bilingual? Only Obama, the rest were heterosexual. I'm going to go make a rough guess here. Do you not know what bilingual means? It means you are attracted to the same gender. God bless. Sigh. It means you speak 2 languages. Things that make you go NASA is just Satan minus the T. That's why they say T minus when they blast off. Don't eat or drink anything after midnight before his 3-year-old daughter's surgery the next morning. Tonsils and adenoids. While intubating his daughter the next morning, she vomited scrambled eggs, causing her to aspirate them into her lungs. Her heart stopped, and I did chest compressions on her for 25 minutes. We got her back, aborted the surgery, and transferred her to pediatric ICU on a ventilator. Her father's response: she said she was hungry. I thought you were being too hard on her. It must have been something you did to her. Pastor needs a new car. Let's contribute. Church member needs surgery. Let's pray. So my body, my choice, except for when it comes to student loan debt. That's when someone else should step in. Point to the place on your body where the student loans are. Florida man dies in explosion after attempting to microwave a microwave. 1/2 cup rice, 1/2 cup water, 1 liter milk, 1/4 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla essence. I was wanting to use up some full cream milk, bought by mistake instead of light milk, and came across this recipe. Have just cooked it, and the rice is so beautiful and creamy. I only added 1/3 cup of sugar as my husband doesn't like things too sweet, and it's perfect for us. Thank you very much for posting. After 3 days of eating in England, I now understand why Gordon Ramsay is so ducking angry all the time. The beauty of their women and taste of their food made the Brits the best sailors in the world. Salty potato. Hello. Mercy. Admin, congrats to every player in this match. Limited time loot box, press Alt plus F4 to claim it now. Casva. Left the game. Lek Mac 5555. Left the game. Amber Heard lawyer shows photo of marijuana in Johnny Depp's recording studio. This is a photo of 4 pretty huge bags of marijuana. Yes? He asks. Yes sir, that's a lot of marijuana, Depp testifies. A 6'4" broke guy has more innate biological value than a 5'8" doctor/engineer. His genes took millions of years to develop and managed to persist to the modern age. You will never be able to compete. Sick of high gas prices? Here's a money saving hack. Diesel fuel is $5.85 a gallon in Texas. I filled my truck up, it took 32 gallons. That's a rev total $187.20 I drove off without paying. My court date is July 19th, or I can pay $85 fine online now. That's a grand savings of $102.20. Follow me for more money saving tips. Thank you and God bless America and its great judicial system. Notice. To use the diabed lift, please come upstairs to the buffet and notify a member of staff so that we can turn the power on. Thank you. When I was 6 my sister was half my age, now I'm 70. How old's my sister? 35. Let's have a hard one next time please. It says half, so half of 70 is 35. Wow. Go back to school guys. Once someone was like, millennials don't answer a door if they aren't expecting anyone. And I get why the 70s had so many serial killers. Now I can't help but imagine a 60-year-old serial killer at a millennial's door waiting, mad as duck, checking his watch and leaving out of frustration, and writes a blog post about how millennials are ruining this country. Are millennials killing the serial killer industry? Men height chart. 5'2" to 5'5" a child. 5'5" to 5'7" young boy. 5'7" to 5'11" young man. 6 feet and up, a king. Women weight chart. 100 to 130 pounds goddess. 131 to 150 pounds queen. 151 to 170 pounds whale. 171 to 190 pounds mammoth. 190 pounds plus for def. 150 extended. Cab 4x4 with proto package. Sri Lanka to get loan from China. To repay loan taken from China. A kid from my school just got expelled today for pretending to be Russian for 8 months. He pretended he couldn't read, write or talk English. He did good in all his classes because he had all the teachers and principals convinced he just moved from Russia, so they didn't make him do any work. How do I communicate with blind people? Like, obviously there's Braille, but is there some form of clicking I can do with my tongue to simulate Braille verbally? Edit. Never mind, you can just talk to them. Texas mother lost her home and job and was threatened with jail after asking 80-year-old son to walk home alone. My boyfriend literally just got me some chocolate and a card for Valentine's. Like, when I say I want chocolates, what I really want is a ring or a necklace. Just because I say I want something doesn't mean I want it. Something cool about healthcare in America is that I pay $341 every month for insurance, and now after my old hearing aid stopped working I have the option of paying $1,500 for a $2,000 hearing aid, or paying $60 for, wait for it, a $60 hearing aid. A new Iowa bill would roll back child labor laws, allowing 14 to 17-year-olds to work in mining, meat picking, demolition, operating guillotine shears, and other dangerous jobs. Under the business-backed bill, employers wouldn't be civilly liable if kids are injured or killed. People no longer believe working hard will lead to a better life, survey shows. At the cafe where I'm writing, the people next to me were disagreeing about the origins of Men in Black, and I said if you'd like, I could clear that up for you, and one responded, "I'm sorry, we do not need an old white male's mansplaination." So I apologized, and that was that. Left voicemails for my students' parents yesterday and woke up to this email. "You got da wrong digits. Yo, you called me about some girl in your class and I ain't got no daughter just yet, so I'm afraid you got the wrong digits. But you gave me baddie vibes through the phone, so don't be shy dialing up these digits again. Maybe I could take you for some spaghetti or something. I just got this DM, man. Dude, I'm Veet, my name is Citran. Hey, can you change your username please? I'm transgender and I find it kind of offensive that you would use it to describe yourself. Bro, my last name is Tran, I'm Veet. Well, you don't have to put it in your username. It could trigger people's emotions if they don't know. I love when people complain about Twitter on Twitter. Good point. When the hamburger store gets my order wrong, I always go complain to the dry cleaners. This old lady came to the bank I work at to withdraw $10. I told her that for withdrawals less than $100 she has to use the ATM. So she asked to withdraw $1,000 in $10 bills. It sucked, but I counted it out and handed her the money. She took $10, gave me $990 and said deposit this. Even if a woman is paying for a date, she should always give the man her money beforehand. That way he can appear to be paying for the date. This is literally basic manners, and the fact that some of you don't know this is sad. Some of you women got your men out here looking weak. 65% of women cheat, but 85% of the time it is the man's fault. Example, women tend to cheat because they feel lonely for long periods of time in a relationship, and so might lean on another male for support and accidentally have Shreks with them. FIFA President Gianni Infantino says he will be open to North Korea hosting a World Cup to help unite the world. Yay. Congrats. Thanks, we are so excited. Have you picked out any names? I'm pretty sure we are naming her Eiffel, pronounced like rifle. Oh. Congratulations to my brother Jerry and his stepdaughter. They expecting a beautiful healthy girl. I love the name Eiffel, and I can't wait to meet my new niece. Lawyer dies after his hidden gun goes off during MRI scan. A lawyer was accidentally shot by his own gun after he failed to remove it before going into hospital MRI scanning room. LMAO, my parents were at a charity auction last night, and one of the items was dinner for 10 with Steve Carell. Steve Carell showed up undercover and outbid everyone with $31,000. Now some charity gets $31,000 and Steve Carell doesn't have to hang out with strangers. Win-win. I had a friend who didn't take my advice about only wifing virgins. Had a baby with this broad with 15 plus body count. The baby came out looking like a composition of the past 15 guys she ducked. Doctor said it had something to do with the sperm residue sticking to the vaginal walls. Not a cell phone insight, just people living in the moment. If there wasn't a cell phone insight, how'd the picture get taken? This man is living in the future. Man buys frozen pizzas from Walmart and sells them on DoorDash. He gets 5-star reviews. This is what insanity looks like. The smirk. She couldn't care less. Even holding hands again, walking out. No class. Even now disrespecting Queen Elizabeth, traditions, and protocol. Just there for the big historic shots and to testify her right of peddling her title. Her right to exist. Meghan Markle, go home. Mark Zuckerberg admits he was wrong as he fires 11,000 employees after spending $15 billion on metaverse. Woman dies after getting 4 abortions in a year. Due to her husband forcing her to get abortions until they conceived a boy. You missed a pretty important part of your headline. We need to go back to throwing all heathens with these false scientific ideas in jail. Science is a scourge to facts. Science is literally the pursuit of facts. Science says the moon is made out of rock. You know of any rocks that glow? Yes, but that is irrelevant, in that the moon does not glow in the strict sense of the term. It reflects light from the sun. Wrong again. If you love milk chocolate but don't like dark chocolate, you actually like sugar more than chocolate. If you like pickles but don't like cucumbers, you actually like vinegar more than cucumbers. If you like roasted chicken but not raw chicken, you actually like the heat from your oven more than chicken. Is Ellen a sperm donor? I've 32 been talking to my wife 25 recently, and we decided that our kid should have the best genes available. We shouldn't be selfish and try to give him/her/they our own. We decided to look for the ideal human specimen so that my wife can carry his child, and came up with a eugenic matrix which combines intelligence, physicality, and character. Ellen came out 1, though Donald Trump was a close second. Anyone know where I can acquire Ellen's sperm? Thanks in advance. When I was 2, my sister was twice my age. Now I'm 40. How old is my sister? Twice 2 is 4. So add 4 years to her current age. School system failed some. Millionaire dentist jailed for wiping the smiles off the faces of hundreds of patients. How anti-immigration policies are leading prisons to lease convicts as field laborers. This is called slavery. You lease property, not people. And when people are property, they are slaves. Is Pink Panther a lion? Say that again but slower. I don't get. He's the Pink Panther. Okay, but is he a lion? Mac Angel light of my life, he's a panther. Is that a kind of lion? No, it's a ducking panther. I just googled, they are not pink. And lions are? Catwoman Jocelyn Wildenstein denies having any plastic surgery, cites her Swiss heritage. Melissa Williamson 35, a Bullitt Avenue resident, worries about the effect on her unborn child from the sound of jackhammers. The bank says I can't afford a $950 mortgage, so I pay $1,400 a month in rent instead. There is an Arabic saying that goes this way: you want to die, then throw yourself into the sea, and you'll see yourself fighting to survive. You do not want to kill yourself, rather you want to kill something inside of you. I'm Araban. That's words from Castaway by Tom Hanks. I was leaving Kroger's and this woman is outside with her baby in a stroller asking for money. I was about to give her some money. This man yells out, "Don't give her ass no money, that baby ain't real." Then he runs over and kicks the stroller. I'll be damned, baby wasn't real. She yelled, "Damn you Gary." Shout out to Gary. He the scam police. So I keep one bowl specifically for ramen that I never wash because I like the leftover flavors mixing with new ones. I guess like seasoning a cast iron pot. Anyone else do this? My favorite combination is Jin ramen and Shin ramen, both spicy. I stopped giving my now almost 6-year-old before the 1-year mark, and she's rarely ever sick. My almost 4-year-old has never had a single one, but I feel like she has the worst immune system. It seems like she gets every sickness she comes across. Her diet is healthy and she still breastfeeds at night. I'm second guessing if I'm making the right decision with. Have any of you noticed a correlation between your kids who have had some and kids without any, and the strength of their immune system? So YouTube demonetized my new video because I showed a plant. PS5 time schedule. Foot rub equals 30 minutes of playing time. Back rub equals 40 minutes of playing time. Cook dinner equals 1 hour playing time. No online. Take out trash equals 1 game of 2K only. You shitty anyway. Clean the house equals 2 hours playing time. Must take 30-minute break for affection. Unlimited playtime on Sundays only. No playtime on holidays. If violation of this schedule occurs, your PS5 will be sold to smart porn. Wi-Fi. Gen Z party poopers have ruined after work drinks. Is happy hour really that happy? That's the debate on tap as workers settle back into going to the office and potentially grabbing drinks with coworkers at the end of the day. Sorry, but twerking gotta be the ugliest dance move. Racist, we see you. It's so funny how people try to say, how is this racist, like the origins of twerking isn't black and female. It's actually also misogynistic. Then to try and gaslight and say, oh me, when I say a white woman twerking is ugly, when you never mention a white woman but generalize twerking. Which addiction is yours? God, I just ducking love Uber too much. I cannot stop ordering Ubers to my house and having them drive me to the nearest bus stop and calling another Uber to go to the next one. Does milk offend you? I was sat in a coffee shop, minding my own business, but I overheard this on the next table. The waitress said something like, so that's 1 cappuccino with normal milk, and 1 latte with soya milk. There was a man and a woman. The women said, please, can you refrain from using the word normal in a derogatory way like that, using that phrase that suggests there is something abnormal about the alternative choices. The waitress didn't really know what to do. She sounded serious. I mean, it's not even funny. She then said, please can I have a word with your manager? To be fair, she did apologize and sounded like she actually meant it. She went and got another dude, presumably the manager, who then said they would take the croissants off the bill as an apology. What are your thoughts? Does milk really offend that much? Receive $60,000 in cash or $600,000 in pennies? Choose wisely. 600,000 times 0.01 is 6,000 last time I checked the calculator, but y'all can have them pennies or withy. Fox News trashes Prince Harry for idling in gas guzzling SUV, not realizing it's an Audi electric SUV. Fox News has made a segment on Prince Harry trashing him for idling in gas guzzling SUV at the airport when in fact, he was sitting in Audi e-tron electric SUV. We ask 18-year-olds to make huge decisions about their career and financial future, when a month ago they had to ask to go to the bathroom. Religious zealots turn away from house after seeing that doormat says gayest place in town. A couple have found the impacts of their rainbow pattern doormat spread far beyond cleaning shoes, as footage shows to religious zealots walking away as soon as they saw it. Can you make a male babysitter pay child support? I'm a single mom going to college with my sister. We currently rent an apartment together. A couple weeks ago, I asked my neighbor, a trustworthy guy, if he could watch the kids for 2 hours while I went to class and my sister wasn't home, and he agreed. If he babysits and doesn't accept pay, can I sue him for child support because he took on a fatherly role? I'm sure I can convince a court that he accepted a fatherly role. This was my setup during my wife's pregnancy. Steam Deck Windows installed, lots of system tweaks and performance upgrades, keyboard / mouse / audiophile headphones, PCMR playing Escape from Tarkov. Anti-vaxxers really be like you're just gonna listen to doctors who studied medicine for 10 years. Wow, enjoy being sheep. I'm gonna listen to a stay-at-home mom's Facebook page cause I'm an independent thinker. People who leave their phones set to military time are ducking war criminals. How do you look at 1605 and go, wow, I can understand that ducking bootlickers? What's next? You gonna go join the army? Recruit me? Americans be like, okay, I can't count past 12 actually. Guys, do not use diesel on a Prius or any car that doesn't take it. The station ran out of gasoline, so I used diesel. Since I figured it'd just make my engine louder, it does not make your engine louder. My car broke down waiting on a. Asking for a friend. I love my 7-year-old son's name, Andrew, but I hate the nickname Andy. When we named him Andrew, we agreed to only use the long version and never the nickname. We moved over the summer, and somehow he has become Andy in his new school. I made an appointment with the teacher to discuss the situation. She apologized and said that she would call him Andrew. She said she would make one class announcement. As you can imagine, this has been totally ineffective. All the kids are still calling him Andy. I made another appointment with a teacher, but she was not helpful. She said that Andrew never objects to being called Andy and sometimes even introduces himself as Andy. To me, this is irrelevant. He is 7 years old, I'm his mother, and I get to decide what people call him. She is not willing to correct the other students in the moment when they call him Andy. I would like to take this matter to the principal. My husband feels like I'm overreacting. If we don't get this under control now, he will be Andy for the rest of his life. Posting anonymously because I'm embarrassed to ask. This has caused a lot of debate, and hoping you ladies can shed some clarity on the issue. My husband is sure he is right and is becoming very frustrated and mean to me over this disagreement. So backstory, I had a rhinoplasty done before I got pregnant. I made a comment recently that I wonder whose nose the baby would get, and I said hopefully mine. My husband has a big nose and mine is literally perfect. Well, he is saying either way our baby will have an ugly nose, since I had a beak prior to my rhinoplasty, but that doesn't make any sense to me. My nose now is cute. The baby should get my present nose right, not my past nose, even though I haven't had that nose for years, or while being pregnant. My husband keeps saying no, it's what you're born with, and compares it to breast implants, but it's not something added to my body, it's a modification that is now part of my DNA and should pass on. SOS. Am I the asshole for refusing to raise my biological 8-year-old daughter? I was an exchange student in Korea. When I was in high school, I had a lot of unprotected shreks with some of my classmates. Recently, one of the classmates flew out to my city, Brisbane, with an 8-year-old girl that I had never met before. She was claiming that it was my daughter, and she consistently tried to insert herself and the kid in my life. I consistently reject this. She got a job and flat near me. I've taken the paternity tests and the kid is definitely mine, biologically. One night, she called me and told me that I needed to come and look after the kid while she was sick, so she could go out and do some shopping or whatever. I refused outright and went off about how she was the one who made the active choice to keep the baby with the full knowledge that it would not have me as a dad. She could have aborted if adopted out. I refuse to have anything to do with the stupid thing. OP, you are definitely NTA here. She should have adopted out if she didn't want to be a single mum. We are not going anywhere, Starbucks. Literally, we are super glued to your counter. In list today. Snowflake students claim Frankenstein's monster was misunderstood and is in fact a victim. But that's the book, that's what the book is about. We saw Pokemon Go as a teachable moment for how people should treat real animals, kidnapping them and forcing them to fight. I bought a house back in April 2022 and was appraised for $610,000. I remodeled it entirely after the purchase and spent around $250,000, $70,000 just in windows. I did an appraisal helic last week which gave me only $618,000. I'm confused. Please advise. The novelist who wrote How to Murder Your Husband is now on trial for murdering her husband. You need to find someone to work your shift, or you work your shift. I have a doctor's note, and you're not contagious. I'm vomiting and throwing up, and can't get out of the bathroom. And you are texting me, so you can either find someone to work or you work, or you just don't work anymore. Bet. Tony Perkins, the leader of an anti-LGBT hate group, who claimed that God uses natural disasters such as hurricanes and flooding to punish homosexuals and their supporters, had his own house destroyed by a flood. My daughter was graded 7/10 and 14/10 in her homework just to color some objects last week and 2 weeks ago, so I wrote in her correspondence book that 14/10 was an error. School replied, Tara's mum, those were dates. We do not grade toddlers. I'm embarrassed for myself. I just found this in my 8-year-old search history. Pachina. Somebody ducking, help me. Titty. Titty, more titty. Girls show their purgin. Girls show their pachina. Girls show it. Girls shows. Ashley, the girl who loves Ashtha. Have you ever been to a restaurant that does not give you the change when you pay with cash? My bill was $47.20. I gave the waitress $100 and she only gave me back $53. I called over the manager, which was our waitress. She said we don't usually carry change. I told her to give my $100 back and I'll pay with a credit card. 80 cents would not kill me, but it's the principle. If they do this to everyone that pays cash over a year, that could be a lot of money in their pocket. I'd redo your math. Man digs 12 feet deep hole without realizing his metal detector was picking up his steel toe safety boots. Has anyone been to the bigger statues in this list? World's tallest statue. Please delete this information. The Statue of Liberty is the tallest man-made structure on Earth and was literally built by America. When you're a millennial who somehow managed to get a house but duck you, whoops, demolition company accidentally tears down wrong house. Man doing yard work with family, shot dead because his neighbor thought he was a Democrat. An Okarana man has been indicted on one count of aggravated murder for the shooting of his neighbor. Butler County Sheriff says the man, a 26-year-old, shot and killed his 43-year-old neighbor on Saturday. The victim was doing yard work with his family at the time. The victim's son called 911. The victim's wife told the 911 dispatcher, "He's come over like 4 times confronting my husband because he thought he was a Democrat." The man, who the sheriff said has admitted to investigators that he shot his neighbor, is being held on a $950,000 bond. This was a senseless and despicable act. DJ Khaled said these new releases cannot touch the floor. Woman stopped at airport while wearing butt plug containing boyfriend's ashes. A woman was stopped by airport security because she was carrying her boyfriend's ashes in a Shrek's toy that was his favorite place. Sitters attempt to cut Texas man's grass leads to a standoff, a fire and his death. Police say a SWAT officer shot the man after he exited the home with weapons in his hand, according to police in Austin. Mow your lawn. No. Arkansas's ground crew tried to melt the snow and ice by turning the sprinklers on because the sprinkler water is warmer. I'm literally laughing out loud. We are excited to announce insulin is free now. Eli Lilly dives after fake Twitter account promises free insulin. Takes Novo Nordisk, Sanofi with it. Elon Musk's new pay-for-play verification system on Twitter shook pharmaceutical mainstay Eli Lilly, LLY, leading LLY stock to skid Friday after a fake account claimed insulin is free now. Update just learned that Eli Lilly executives are aging and furious at losing $20 billion in market cap from this stunt with Twitter Blue. It's too bad they don't see their own damn insulin price gouging as the actual problem. Karma Lilypad, karma. Doing my will. Needed some info from my brother. Messaged him to ask his address and job title. Failed to remember today was his birthday. Do you need my date of birth as well? Yes. But I know that. Do you definitely? Haha. Yes. You're 100% sure. Duck. Indeed. Imagine hating England. There is no country in the world more beautiful. I feel like when people say I hate England they're not referring to the plants and cows. Man spends $150,000 to look like Kim Kardashian. Imagine being racist in a nation restaurant. The only thing that can stop a laser is something made up of matter. That is, these lasers, which appear to end exactly at the same distance, are being stopped by something. Evidence that the firmament or dome is real. Hi. Hello. Who is this? Jennifer behind the phone. Are you Henel? Hi Jennifer, you have the wrong number. Oh my god. I'm sorry to bother you. Hope you don't mind. No problem. Thanks for understanding, you are a kind person. I'm from France and live in Los Angeles. Where do you live? Val les vals coucher avec moi ce soir? Please write in English. A white neighbor called the police on and traumatized this 9-year-old black child because he saw her spraying insect repellent on trees. He told the police a little black woman with a hoodie is spraying stuff on trees. If you don't leave our children alone. A Renjay resident called police on a 9-year-old black girl using a homemade spotted lanternfly repellent to try and stop the invasive species from harming trees in her neighborhood. The girl's mother and sister described the traumatic experience at a local council meeting.